Welcome back to a kind of cold and rainy Brando's adventure. This one not nice and warm like it was in my last video. It's kind of cooled off big time. But today we're in Mitchell, Indiana, and we're taking a look at a former astronaut, Mr. Gus Grissom, his memorial that they got set up here just outside of Spring Mill Park. And literally the park is just right up here. And if you come up to Mitchell and you come to this memorial, stop by at the Spring Mill Park and go camping. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. They got all kinds of things to take a look at. Buy some cornbread, freshly ground cornbread. It's really, really great to come out here and take a look. But we're going to be looking at Gus Grissom's memorial, concentrating on him today. And he passed away back in 1967. I do believe it was 67. In an unfortunate accident during a training session when a fire broke out and killed him and the other two astronauts in the training. And very, very unfortunate what happened. But on the flip side, you know, because of that accident, NASA was able to recognize what happened and fix the problem. So we're going to go inside this museum here now, and we're going to take a look at what all's in here. Let's go see. I will add, this museum costs nothing. It's totally free, although they do accept donations. The park, on the other hand, costs a little bit to get in and go camping, but it's well worth it. So just a heads up if you plan to have a little vacation, a little getaway out here. His report card. Apparently he wasn't too good in Latin. Got better grades than I did. He went to Purdue University. I myself in an I is an I. Let's do that again. Gus Grissom also went to Purdue University. I myself am an IU fan. This football is signed by the entire football team. This corned beef sandwich, preserved in resin, memorializes the infamous sandwich incident during the Gemini 3 flight, when John Young, the co-pilot, snuck a corned beef sandwich from a favorite deli into space by concealing it in his spacesuit, and pulled it out mid-flight and offered Grissom a bite. Kind of funny. Sounds like something I would do. Sneak something in. And his hat was received from President Lyndon Johnson. It's a picture of Mr. Grissom. He was also in the Air Force. Fought during World War II and Korean War. It's really hard to do this one-handed. I can't do it one-handed. There's another picture of Mr. Grissom. He went to high school out here at Mitchell. been inside that school. In July 1961, he became the second American in space. His mission was to replicate the first Mercury flight. Grissom's spacecraft had design changes from the original Mercury spacecraft design. The first was the introduction of a window. Astronauts argued that if they were going into space, they wanted to see it and report their observations. And secondly, a manually controlled stabilization system was incorporated into the Liberty Bell. And you obviously see him climbing, looks like into it right there. There is the flag that draped over his Grissom's casket during his funeral. Congressional Space Medal of Honor, which was awarded in 1978. An astronaut pin. This is the Molly Brown, the Gemini 3. The Molly Brown is what Gus Grissom called it after his near drowning in a Mercury Liberty Bell 7, which the craft sunk, and he barely escaped. But he named this the Molly Brown because Margaret Molly Brown was a heroic survivor of the Titanic disaster and often referred to as the unsinkable Molly Brown. Grissom's reference incident embarrassed NASA, and afterwards they prohibited astronauts from naming their spacecrafts. Had kind of a sense of humor with things. It's a little inside look of it. There is not much room for anything, not much leg space. It would not be fun to sit inside that and travel through space. That would be very, very cramped. These are molds of Gus Grissom's hands and were used to make gloves for his Apollo 1 Earth orbit mission, which he was to fly to test the Apollo hardware. These molds were made of natural latex rubber and were used to make gloves that were flexible enough to allow a variety of tasks, both inside and outside the spacecraft. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. Big hands. And here you've got his Gemini 3 spacesuit. The reason these suits are so important is if you didn't have one of these pressurized suits, your blood would boil and other body fluids would boil in just a matter of seconds in space. It also removes buildup of CO2, which is obviously fatal. It also controls the temperature because space is extremely cold or extremely hot. It's a pretty awesome memorial. I haven't been to this memorial since I was maybe in elementary school. So it's been a long, long time since I've been here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. And you can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Brando's Adventure. You can also now find me on Instagram at Brando's Adventure. Brando's_adventure. No apostrophe, anything like that. Just Brando's_adventure, and you'll find me. On Instagram, I made a promise that I would talk about what happened in my Mesker Zoo video about why I had to do it twice. And you know, filming doesn't always go according to plan. And I have learned that for sure. You know, you have to always expect something to go wrong. And today actually didn't, you know, nothing really went wrong today. I was actually able to do things pretty quickly. But in the zoo video, I had to do it twice. Because the first time I left it on selfie mode like I am now. And for those of you who aren't aware of what selfie mode is, you know, I could see everything. I could see the screen is facing me. I could see everything behind me. I could see this tree right here. You know, I could point to everything, you know, right behind me, and I could see what I'm looking at behind me. But if I turn the camera this direction, I can't see what I'm looking at. Whereas if I turn the camera the other direction, make the camera face the opposite way, I could see everything. Well, I left it on selfie mode during the zoo video, thinking, you know, I could see every animal, you know, I could get them in the shot, no big deal. Well, I went back to edit it, and I got like none of the animals. I like totally missed all of them out of the shot. I was just way too high or just way out of range of them. And I was just so mad at myself. I had to scrap it and do it all again. I was so aggravated that I had to do it twice. But on a good side, I knew what to look for and knew what to expect the second time around. So it's kind of a good thing, but kind of a pain to have to do it again. So if you do videos, if you ever decide to make a video, expect to have to do it over and over again. And you know, expect something to go wrong, expect everything to not go according to plan. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you know, find me on social media, Brando's Adventure, on Facebook and on Instagram. And until next time.